Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm Ashley Harwood, the author of Move Over Extroverts, How to Build a Successful Real Estate Career as an Introvert. And I do not have a copy of the book with me today because I'm traveling. However, we're still going to go through the next chapter, which is managing your mental load. And we'll just have a conversation around some tips and tricks. I know I have a list in the book of my favorite ways to manage your mental load, but I'd love to hear from you guys on the call what you're doing to manage all the things, because it's not just all the tasks in a real estate transaction, it's everything to get the real estate transaction, all the follow-up, the lead generation, plus everything else in life, like groceries and family obligations and everything else that you need. So, all right, awesome. I'm already seeing in the chat brain dump. Yes, love a brain dump. I always carry a legal pad for notes, for lists, and for brain dumps. So let's open it up. Actually, we usually start with good stuff. So does anyone want to share something that they've had this week that's been a really great win? Yeah, Sharon.
I have a closing today. Had
Yay!
it's
Hmm.
done. I'm on the seller side. Tom's on the buyer side, so we have both sides, and the buyers closed locally today, and the sellers closed remotely from their new location.
Awesome. Congrats.
Thank you.
That's excellent. Awesome. All right, who else wants to share a win? Nope. Okay. All right, let's talk about mental load. So in the book, I run through these examples of tools you can use. So the first is using phone reminders. That's an app on most phones. And you can schedule it to just pop up and remind you of something once or every week or every month or even every day. So I actually have several of them that go off daily, and some are affirmations. One goes off at 6 p.m. and it asks me, what am I proud of? What did I do this today that I'm proud of? Um, so that's helpful because it's in your face. Secondly, we have scheduling emails and posts, like social media posts, scheduling them ahead of time. Hiring a transaction coordinator, TC, that's always good leverage. Having an ongoing grocery list. I do that in the Notes app on my phone. I'm sure there are apps for it, but I just use the Notes app. And that way it helps to remember. I don't have to worry about remembering. That's the whole point of this, is how do you take stuff from using up brain space and putting it somewhere else so you can free up that brain power. I also use journaling and then having one place for notes, which is this yellow legal pad for me. And that way I don't have notes all over the place. So those are my favorite tools that I use. What are you guys using? How are you managing this mental load of work and life?
I definitely do the brain dumps, and I'm a paper and pen person. As much as I do use my Google Calendar, and all that stuff, but I am definitely very much a paper and pen list person too. Even with having tasks and reminders and all that on my phone, I still love crossing something off a to-do list on paper.
Yeah. Yeah. So is that for you? Is that like a daily thing where you sit down and write out your list?
Not necessarily daily, but like usually like at least once a week, like I will kind of like dump out like every task that's kind of like stuck in my brain, like, oh, I need to, because for me it's I work for our market center as well as I'm a realtor too, and then I have, my family and like all of that. So of course I've got the mental load of all of that. So I kind of like try to dump it all and then kind of decide, okay, this is a definite has to get done. This is kind of can linger on.
Yeah.
So, but I love
That's
the
a,
crossing off.
I do too. I
Mhm.
do too. That's a good point that prioritizing that list is really key because not everything has to get done immediately. Thank you. Felicia says calendar, Google Tasks, reminders, and alarms. Alarms is good. I've gotten into alarms a lot lately. That's been helpful. Yeah, Sharon.
Me too, actually. I have an alarm set for this meeting, actually,
Yay.
uh, since my phone will set weekly alarms, so I don't have to remember to set it every time.
Hmm.
Um, and I like to get up for the sunrise, so I have a daily, that one's Monday through Friday, for my walk in the morning. The pivot shift group, I have a, daily alarm during the week set for that. And anytime that there is something on my calendar during the day, that I think I might forget, I set an alarm for
Yeah,
that too. So definitely alarms, and I use my calendar extensively.
yeah. I love it. Awesome. Thank you. Anyone else want to share? Actually, I think we heard from everyone on this. So, lots of good ideas. Does anybody have a challenge that they'd like some help with to talk through? Do we ever get stuck or things fall through the cracks or it feels like too much? Or do all these tools just work very well, which hopefully that's the case.
They don't always work, um, because I'll set an alarm and then if I'm in the middle of something, I'll turn it off and then I'll forget.
That is the challenge with
So
alarms.
it's not perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's easy to do sometimes. Yeah, Felicia agrees with you in the chat. Yeah, that's tough. I feel like maybe a good hack for that is pairing an alarm with a reminder. And that way it's two different things where you have to click off the alarm, but then the reminder keeps popping up. Yeah, that's a tough one. Sorry, my voice is doesn't like me today.
I use snooze for that.
Yeah,
So that's why I was a few minutes late because the alarm went off at 5 minutes till. I was in the middle of a long text, and fortunately it's set to snooze, and so it went off again. I'm like, oh no.
perfect. Well, that works. All right. Well, this topic was pretty straightforward. Are there any other tools that we're using that we want to talk through and would be helpful to the group? Okay. Monday. What do you mean by Monday? Oh, I have never heard of that. It's a task management system.
Now, see, I've heard of Monday and I've gone in it, but then I get overwhelmed at like setting it up, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, no.
I've never even heard of this. I'm gonna have to check
Yeah,
it out. Okay.
I've heard wonderful things. There's a lot of market centers that even like kind of like run their back end systems like through Monday. And but yeah, I go on it and then I'm like, oh, this seems overwhelming to even begin setting this up. And then I just kind of, but people that use it do rave about it.
Yeah. I
Maybe I
wonder,
gotta look into this more.
I wonder if there's a YouTube video or something that simplifies how to set it up. I'm
I'm
gonna,
sure there is.
oh, here's Ina with the link. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna check it out.
Okay. Oh, and Lisa says they have trainings and stuff. All right, it could be worth checking
Platform.
into, especially if you can automate things through it.
Oh, they have trainings. Okay. Good to know.
Hmm.
I've also used something called Todoist. Todoist. That's the name of the app. I
So is
did
that
love
like
it
a
at
to-do list on kind
it
of
it
sort
is. Yeah, it's
of?
like
Okay.
it's an app and it's very simple and straightforward, but you can categorize things and you can prioritize them and you can make some recurring. So it is helpful and it's very satisfying to check it off and then it
Mhm.
disappears.
Okay.
So it's a very simplified version. I don't think it's in the same realm as Monday. Monday seems much more comprehensive. But I have used that in the past, and it's nice when there's a lot going on. And there's a free version, which is good.
Okay.
But so many tools, so many tools. Lately, I've been hearing a lot about um, how fast AI is developing, and in kind of a scary way, where it's just going so fast that eventually it's just gonna take off and be its own deal. But I think with that, hopefully there will come even more helpful tools that we can use to
And
streamline.
I've seen so many people like saying like they upload like what they have to do for like using AI or ChatGPT or whatever like for like calendaring and scheduling and like all of that. Like, I don't know. I guess it could be really useful.
I've never experimented
But
with it, but it could be.
yeah, no.
It'll be interesting to see. That I feel like those systems can do everything, and that's what's overwhelming and a little scary to me.
Hmm.
But all right. Anyone have any questions? I know this was a quick one. And obviously, I made the book chapters very short on purpose. Um, and this is a pretty quick one to get through. Next week, what do you guys think of any questions you might have? Let's see what we have next week. Next week's going to be a good one. That'll be a meaty one. It is saying no. So come with your examples of where you say no and your challenges around what is, because that's one of the things in the book that's much easier said than done. So I think that'll be a good one to dive into some really specific examples. So, setting boundaries is definitely a struggle for me. Yes. That is going to be its own chapter as well. I think it's right after the saying no chapter. Hang on. Yes, it is. Boundaries is the next. So that'll be in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, we'll talk specifically about boundaries, how to set them and how to maintain them. So lots of good things coming up. If you guys wouldn't mind sharing the link for the book club, as you know, it's free. And the more people we have on here, the better. So help spread the word. If there are no other last questions or thoughts, yeah, Sharon. Oh no, you're muted.
Yep. I couldn't find where my cursor was. Um, there was one more tip around the grocery thing.
Oh yeah.
I know not everybody likes Walmart, but they offer a service that I love, which is that I can go online and put in what I want, and as long as I buy over $35, the pickup order is free.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of keep my list that way. I'll go in if I need something, I'll go in and add it to the cart. So it's like a rolling kind of thing. It accumulates and then just add whatever else I need and then place the order. You choose an hour window to pick it up. Although you can, if you miss it, that's fine too. And then I just go in and park and text them what space I'm in, and they bring out my
Oh,
groceries.
nice.
It's awesome.
That's great leverage, though. I love that. I think a lot of grocery stores offer something similar where it's a pickup option.
Yeah, yeah, they do. Um,
That's great that you could just like add stuff to the cart ongoing. And the grocery thing is tough because in my household it's not just me, it's me and my partner. And if I come home and I forget, and then he's like, we needed more ketchup. Why didn't you get more ketchup? I'm like, I didn't write it down. I forgot. Sorry. He's cool. He doesn't actually care. He just likes to tease me. That's his love language, teasing. Uh, so I have to just write things down because I will forget. And then I also forget what I wanted. And I've done this so many times, you guys. I've had a recipe in mind and I buy all the ingredients except for one. So now if I find a recipe, I have to sit there with my notes app and write down every ingredient on the grocery list so I don't forget one. So bad. And then I have all these groceries I don't know what to do with.
Yeah, because then by the time like the next grocery shop rolls around, you've forgotten about that recipe. So,
Yep. Yeah, it's a vicious cycle.
hmm,
So
you're not alone.
the struggle is real.
Hmm.
But it is nice to have it on the phone and just yeah.
For
Groceries,
sure.
man. It's crazy. I like grocery shopping though. I'm weird. I love going through the store. I
Oh,
can't
no.
stand getting groceries delivered. It's my pet peeve.
I am happy ordering online and then going and picking it up or having it delivered. Totally fine with that.
Yeah. I only like going when it's not busy though. So I'll go on like a Tuesday morning or something. It's
Mhm.
nice and chill.
Or late at night, I think I read
Yeah.
in your book that you like to.
Yes, late at night too. Yeah. I did that more when I was single. I'd be like the single girl in the store on Saturday night. Now I have slightly more to do on the evenings, but not always. All right. Well, hopefully this was helpful. And I'm so glad, Terry and Felicia, thank you for being here for the first time. Hopefully you'll come back. And
Yeah,
next
looking
week,
forward to it.
yeah, next week it'll be good. Share it with your agents in your market center too. It's not just for introverts. All right. Have a good day, and I will see you all next week.
Thank you very much. See
Thank
you.
you.